It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll see Brandon Ayuk. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Bills and the...
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Dixon. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Here's the option. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
60 Bison, 6, ready?
Out left to Dotson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Bills at 9-2 to start play. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
The numbers a week ago for Cook. 19 carries, 75 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and the reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
Go!
Again, it's Cook. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll throw with Penix. And to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Up the middle, it's Cook. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now Penix. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And his kick is indeed good, and the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jefferson moving in motion left. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Dixon. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he goes out right around the 39. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll try the left side. Long. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Bills' offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently 2nd in the NFL. And rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Long. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Dixon. He gets it to Addison. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Ready, break.
Back to throw. Dixon. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they come up now 2nd and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field Don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead,
and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down. They'll go play action here with Penix. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So here are the Vikings to take over. Last week they got the victory against the Colts. They lead this one as well as they begin things here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Dixon.
Well, that one fell incomplete after being tipped in the air. But I have to tell you, I had a bad flashback of going to head to the stadium stairs in practice. Because what we were always taught, any ball like that, if it's not spiked towards the ground and you actually tip it up, then that's an error on your part. Because now you've given hope to the offense, maybe help create a big play for them, instead of going up and either intercepting it or knocking it down. I ran many a stadium step for my errors.
He finds his man complete. It's long. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2nd and 5.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Take go.
And looking to throw, Penix. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw, Penix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, Most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Penix. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
This is 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's long, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, it's long, and they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Operating from the gun, Penix. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Looking for Dotson. He's got him. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Sack! 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready?
Here's Penix. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Go!
Throwing again, Penix. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Brandon Ayuk with career touchdown number 70. And the Bills will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. Throwing to start the drive. Dixon. And this is incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Operating from the gun. Dixon. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the gun on 3rd down, Dixon. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 37. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will knot us up at 10. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. They'll throw now on the final play. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to Orlando. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Well, the Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
They'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second and 9. To the air. Penix. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Gregory Rousseau able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a third and still about 12 to go. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. That is caught. And out across midfield down to the 45. A good pickup there. 26 yards.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Holding offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 2nd down and 8.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Dixon. Forced out to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
18 Cardinal, 8.
On third down, Long. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. This ball is caught. He's got Debo. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Let's go now.
Operating from the gun. Dixon. Incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here we go.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking for the crossing receiver, and he's got him. It's Samuel. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Debo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Gets this out quickly to Dotson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Cowboy 80. Hut, hut.
Cook up the gut. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Set. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready, ready.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. Mekhi Blackman's got it.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Reggie Gilliam punching it in from a yard away. And the Bills take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that will level the playing field at 17-all. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. First carry for Nick Chubb. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Dixon. They set up the screen to Chubb. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
Holding. Offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet. trying to dial up a big third down play.
The Bills send the punter out. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And out now come the Vikings. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. His throw incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Here we go.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play through. Back now in Buffalo. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. And this offense on 3rd down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
Bronco 80.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Brandon Ayuk with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bills have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights. And it a 7-point lead. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they can't bring him down. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. He was brought down by Foyesade Oluwakin. Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Dixon. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Let's go now.
From the gun on 3rd down. Dixon. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. $35 yards that time on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills offense and Michael Penix set to take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, force the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and a yard. On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to have a Bills 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. They'll throw with Penix. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down.
Defense.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
Reload.
Give to Cook out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Hey, check that. Hunt.
This pass hauled in by Dotson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
On the set.
Now 2nd and 9.
Unlock line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
60 Eagle. 19 Tiger.
And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
Ball start, offense.
Well, it's a 3rd and somewhat manageable now, not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take
Still
much to
3rd down.
get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down.
Go.
Now Penix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Bills. Brandon Ayuk. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bills are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. 1:52 to play. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill. When your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Here we go, set. Hup.
Operating from the gun, Dixon.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Ready. Hup.
From the gun on 3rd down, Dixon. And this is going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Hold it ready.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
Here we go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. The Bills going to take over again on offense. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
70 Lions.
We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. That one looks like he'll throw here. On the move to his left. And he finds a man with a crossing route. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This is really impressive because when the offenses are running RPOs, things move very quickly. Fake, ball's out of his hands, and they're trying to hit him in the gaps downfield. And instead, the defender reacts so well that he makes a play on it, and the ball falls incomplete. Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release.
Third and goal at the...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Michael Penix.
A 4-yard touchdown scamper.
And the Bills have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Well, this is where it pays to have a quarterback you can trust with the ball in his hands. Normally you want him throwing or at least trying to make this an option. But here, this is a straight run, a QB draw, and he reads things perfectly and takes it into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's the Bills' kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. This one brought in by Jefferson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down. Back to throw. Dixon.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Go.
Off play action. Here's Penix rolling to his left. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Looking to throw, Penix. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production.